Just want to do a quick review of these Dunlop GPR 300s. Really good tyre. Not going to bullshit or anything like that saying they transformed my riding, or you know, they've been a much better tyre than the last tyre I've had on this. Just for reference, I've had Bridgestone T32, I've had the Bridgestone BTO19s, I think they're called, the hypersport tyre basically below the S20s. I had the Michelin Road 5s, and just these Dunlops were the last ones. And basically the only reason I got these Dunlops is because I never had a Dunlop tyre before, but basically my main mechanic does the stock Michelins, because I wanted to get the Road 6s, but he doesn't stock them, so I just said throw a Dunlop tyre on it because I'll give it a go. And this is what he recommended, these GPR 300s. There you go. And yeah, they've been a fine tyre in the dry, in the rain, absolutely fine. No different to any other tyre that I used before. The only time these tyres struggled was pretty much where every other tyre struggles on, where it gets very it pours down, and you know yourself, the sun comes out, so the roads get very greasy. That's basically the only time that these tyres struggled. I usually overload this bike, so I do a lot of two-up riding, commuting in and out town pretty much 6 days a week, so a lot of motorway stuff as well. I have all my tools in the back as well for work, so that's a lot of weight that I usually put on this bike. So I usually run 36 in the front, 42 in the rear, and other tyres have been completely fine as well. But what was I going to say? Can't think of what I was going to say now. Yeah, just no difference really, no difference. In the extreme rain they held completely fine. I did a trip to Spain on these as well, which was good as well. Can't fault the tyre. See, the only reason I'm getting these changed is because they're down to the wear. But if you see here, look, there's actually a slow puncture that's developed. So I said, rather than risk it, just get these tyres changed. I'm going to put the Road 6s on just to get a little bit more mileage out, because I only put these tyres on 3 months ago and they've only lasted 6,000 kilometers, which is a bit of a disappointment. Because normally I'd like to see at least 8,000. But yeah, these are a bit flat already, which is a bit of a shame, because these were about 350 fitted, front and rear. What else can I say about them? Yeah, just no difference really in the rain. The only thing I haven't used them in is the extreme cold, so we're getting into the winter now, and so I can't tell you what these are like with the extreme cold. So there you go, there's the profile there. See up top. Just because people wanted to know, this rear tyre is made in Japan, but the front tyre is made in Thailand. And yeah, they're very relatively new. Well, the front tyre. Yeah. There's the wear marker there. So about, you know, probably about another 3,000 kilometers on the front, but I don't believe in mixing and matching tyres. Just not worth it. So I just get a Michelin Road 6 on the front as well. But that's what I have to say really. No difference, but I wouldn't recommend them just because they wear out very quickly, especially the rear. The front seems to be okay, but again, it's the rear that takes all the abuse, I suppose. So a little bit disappointed for what they are, but yeah, good tyre though. Compared to every other tyre that I had on this bike, no real, you know, scary moments or anything like that. Tore all through Spain, absolutely no hassle. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna go for the Road 6s and see how they go. But the T32s and the Road 5s are the only tyre that never had to slip in those really greasy conditions, so maybe it's just these cheaper budget tyres. But I've had a lot of people in the Bandit forums asking what these tyres actually like, because they're supposed to be for lightweight machines, but obviously I put a lot of weight on these bikes. So that's just a little review there on this little bike. apart from that, not much to report on. I just avoid them just because they don't really last, but if you do get them, I wouldn't be worried because they do well in the extreme heat and the extreme rain as well. They do very well. And that was a lot of weight on this bike. I put a lot of tools in there. I had all my chains in the back of the bike on the rear seat, and I do a lot of two-up riding as well. It's because I don't own a car, and yeah, no complaints really. Very stable on the roads, very stable in the motorway. Good and twisty, just like every other tyre I've had on. I'm not going to bullshit and say it changed my ride style or anything like that, but that's about it. Any questions, give us a shout, and that's it basically.